I don't have a ton. I really don't have anything new, just a few just reminders, some things that we've been noticing in the office with claims and such. So Kendra, if you want to go ahead and start the PowerPoint. So just as a reminder, with your claims and your upcoming reports, remember that once you submit your October claim, your low income report will unlock. Once your low income report's approved by our office, your November claim will unlock. Oh, there's typo. I didn't catch that. After the November claim is submitted, your verification report will unlock. I wonder if that autocorrect, anyway. Once your verification report is approved by our office, your December claim will unlock. So that's the norm with these October reports and into November and December and how they go. So just as a reminder of that, we work through these processes as quickly as we can in the office, and we will, and then we do have to wait as a reminder. I think Edgar sent something out or is going to send something out. As a reminder, if you're CEP or P2, we do have to wait until we receive the October 1 numbers from another department in the agency before we can do anything with your October claim. So sometimes that is a holdup as well. Next slide, please. We've been having some issues with claim submissions. Please remember to fully submit your monthly claims by going into the View Claim Summary once all site claims are certified. So you go into the CARS and do your claims, and if you have multiple sites, you're going to enter your numbers for those multiple sites, and you're going to certify each one of those multiple sites. Remember, with NSLP and SBP, you have to go to the View Claim Summary tab and open that and go to the bottom and submit those. That's what kicks it to us. There's been a lot of that being missed with the August claim, and hopefully not with any others. We've just seen a lot lately with that process not being done. That in turn, not going to the View Claim Summary once your site claims are certified, does not kick it to us for payment, and it could result in a late claim. So please make sure once your site claims are certified, you go to the View Claim Summary tab and go to the bottom and submit that View Claim Summary rolls all those site claims into one and submits for payment. So please remember to do that. Next slide. Provision 2 or 3, if you're using provision 2 or 3 as your base year for provision 2 or if you're using school year 22-23 as your base year provision 2 or 3, you will claim in CARS like you normally have. If you're having to reestablish a base year because you had to come off of provision for one reason or another, the extension wasn't approved a couple years back when we were doing it, you need to check with Nikki on that. There's no need to complete the provision checklist in CARS at this time. That will be done at the end of the school year. And again, it is too late to apply for provision 2 or 3. The deadline was August 1st. We still get that question every now and again. Next one, please. Equipment grant, please apply now if you want to try and get equipment. Oklahoma was awarded a little over $1.2 million in the final amount when Congress kicked in another $50 million. The grant opened on October 13th, and you apply for that grant through the CARS system. There's a checklist in your checklist, in the checklist at the bottom. The deadline to apply is November 14th at 4:30. So next Monday is the deadline for the equipment grant. So if you're interested in doing that, please get that done in CARS. Next question. Supply chain assistance. We got, again, round 3. We got another 7.7, just over $7.7 million for supply chain assistance. That will probably be issued in November, no, December, maybe January. We think we're going to be able to get it out in December though. So these are child nutrition funds and must be coded as such. You will use the OCAS project code 759. And as a reminder, just like with the other 2 rounds of supply chain assistance funds, they can only be used for non-processed or minimally processed foods. Keep in mind, milk, fruits, and vegetables. Those are minimally processed items. And next, Just as a reminder, procurement reviews as well as administrative reviews of child nutrition are underway. For procurement reviews, we do contract out that with a local CPA firm, DWG Incorporated CPA. If you're going to receive a procurement review, you will have gotten an email from the email listed on the slide, which I know some of you aren't looking at the slides, but it's dwgcpa@dwgcpa.com. So check your spam or your junk, because sometimes it does go to there, but that is a legitimate email. These reviews are conducted off-site and documents are uploaded to a secure system that they offer. And there was a Zoom call regarding the procurement tool, and it can be found in other documents in CARS under school calls, if you would like to go back and listen to that. Kendra and the lady, Robin, is one of the ladies that does those, and they did a Zoom call. Next, please. PEBT, corrections for the 2021 school year can now be made. An Excel spreadsheet was sent to the superintendent and the child nutrition contact that we have in CARS for your district. The person in your district that handles the accountability report would make these corrections. It's not anything typically that the child nutrition person can do. What the child nutrition staff may be able to do for them is verify a student's free or reduced status for these corrections. In order to be free and reduced, an application for the school year 2021 school year must be on file and approved as free or reduced. So remember, just as a reminder, PEBT is tied to free and reduced lunch status based on a completed and approved application, as well as schools that were CEP or provision 2 or 3 in the school year 2021 and virtual learning. So that can be done. There is a training that was also sent out to the, was sent through our system. It was sent through the data system, and it was part of the agency newsletter that goes out weekly on how to get into that training to know how to make those corrections. And another item, go back one more, Kendra. I wasn't quick enough. Transitioning back to normal NSLP and SBP. While we are still transitioning back to normal, we are in normal NSLP, SBP. I really should update that. And as a reminder, production records are required to be maintained daily. We are seeing a lot that that's not happening. So please know that that is a requirement of the program. If you don't have production records and meal counts and such, you should not be submitting claims to back that up. Your records are what we use to validate your claim in a review situation. So just FYI on that. There's not a meal pattern waiver for this year. Keep that in mind. And keep in mind that temperatures on the line still need to be taken and recorded on the production records, and your refrigerator temperatures and freezer temperatures need to be taken daily. This is a requirement for commodity foods as well. We have additional trainings coming up, and that's our next slide. We have our verification report training on December 1st at 9:30. And then there's one also that's for traditional free and reduced schools. We have the verification report for provision schools, and that's on December 1st at 1:30. Those have not gone out yet, I don't believe. Kendra, am I right? Or have you sent those out?
Yes, they are out. They're in documents. November and December are both out there. Yeah.
Okay, great. So you can enroll in those and other documents in CARS. We have a CACFP meal pattern Zoom on November 8th and December 13th at 1. Those are repeats, but we do try to, we've really tried to maintain training even more so than normal through Zoom. Let's see, the low income report for all schools will be in OSDE Connect this week. So if you missed that training on November 1st and 2nd, those will be uploaded into OSDE Connect this week. So you can go back and see those. And then as of right now, we've got a school call scheduled for December 12th at 1:30, this call. Again, that I don't have anything that I am aware of coming up pressing for child nutrition. Nothing USDA right now, there's really not anything on the horizon that I'm anticipating anything. We're going to go ahead and keep that for right now. But that's the end of my slides. And then we're going to go ahead and go to the chat, and you guys can type any questions you might have. And it looks like, just for clarification, if you're a CEP school, you cannot even submit October claim until those numbers are released, and that does affect the third meal. Oh, that will, Lindy, that will only, that third meal is under our CACFP, so it's a whole nother program, so that won't affect that, but your application for the CACFP at risk still has to be approved too. So hopefully you have been working on that and gotten that submitted already. Oops, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, Kendra answered that. CACFP is, yep, not under NSLP. And she mentioned the application. Okay, will the verification report training be recorded? Yes, it will. They all are. Yes. And I will be at that commodity food show as well. So thanks for the reminder. Me nor the superintendent, to my knowledge, have received a spreadsheet about PEBT. Okay, let me get a piece of paper and I believe, Debbie, I believe that's you. Can you remind me of the school district? I apologize. And I will check on that with Shannon and make sure it gets out. Haleyville, thank you. I will check with Shannon and see if that went out. Everybody, I think every district had at least one or a couple on their spreadsheet that needed to be looked into. Some had more than others, whatever the case may be, but I will check on that for you, Debbie. Anyone else have any questions? We have very few on the call today compared to other times and other months. Oh, okay, that's a good point. Thank you. Debbie, have you or the superintendent checked your spam? Shannon is a new name for child nutrition for most of you. She is handling majority of PEBT. And so it may be check that. I'm gonna make note of a couple others that are coming in. Looks like Altus, Scheidler, Stigler, Hobart. Okay, all of you, just so you know, please do check the spam and junk file. I know all of these have gone out. She's done sending them out, so I do know. She finished sending them out last Friday. We were doing them in batches because the length of time it took, and we had to make sure it was done. The right list went to the right school. Check. Okay, so let's hold up on sending me all these names, because Debbie, who asked originally, checked her spam and it was in her spam. So all of you need to go in and check your spam. And yes, Kendra put in the chat, but if you can't see it, Shannon Nakvinda, Nakvinda, is the person it would have come from. And it would have been Shannon.Nakvinda at sde.ok.gov. Because they are, so I think that's probably what's happened to most of them, is they've ended up in spam or junk. And then the person that messaged me directly regarding a procurement review, can you message me back and tell me the district you're with? I apologize. Yes, that's somebody else got notice. There's, yes, Shannon Nakvinda is new, fairly new to child nutrition. She was hired in June, so that may be a new name for you. If you can see the chat, Kendra did put her name in the chat, so be looking for that name. It did not come from me. So check your spam, check your junk, which probably are the same thing, and look for that new name of Shannon Nakvinda, and it is in the chat. Okay, let me put there's Haleyville. Okay, I'm just looking at the chat. Okay, let me go down. Yeah, so lots of people are sending it back in that it was in spam. Okay, great. I knew they had all gone out, so I was surprised when I was getting that many. Okay, good deal. It sounds like most of you got it. Okay, and as far as the procurement review, I will check on that for you. Thank you for putting that in there. I'll see. Have you checked your spam or junk for that? Maybe they do go to that as well. The DWG CPA at DWG CPA. Okay, most of you, it looks like, have found it in your, once you knew the name and maybe where to look, because it is a new name, so it may be kicking it to junk because Shannon is an email you may not get regularly. So, okay, good deal. Good deal. But that list really isn't, not much you can do with it, except once the person that will deal with it goes through it, they may need some verification from you regarding free and reduced lunch for the school year 2021. So great. Okay, anybody else have any other questions? Again, short call, but I knew it probably would be, but I did want to touch base regarding the PEBT, and I'm glad we did because that cleared up where some of your lists went. Reminder that the equipment grant deadline is a week from today. So if you want to apply for the equipment grant, go into CARS. Nothing in your spam about the procurement. Okay. All right. I will look into that for you and let you know. Okay. So some of the and SCA funds will be going out again in December. You guys, so those are some of the more pressing things. If you have any more questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat. I don't see anything coming in. You guys are on the downhill slide to a break for Thanksgiving. The agency will be closed Friday. That's a state holiday. It'll be Veterans Day, so just FYI on that. We won't be here. Okay, anybody else? I don't want to keep you for no reason. We all have things we can be doing other than waiting for me to answer questions. So I think since nothing's come in, I'm going to go ahead and close the call. If you guys have questions, please reach out to us. Reach out to your child nutrition regional specialist. Also, we're both the office and your individual person in the field is always available to help you. And we will plan right now. I'm going to say we'll have the December call, but if I don't have much more than I had today, we may not have it. I don't want to waste anybody's time. And I just, so again, equipment grant deadline's next Monday. If you have questions, please reach out. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week and a very happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for all that you do. And we're here if you need help. Give us a call. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.